Hello everyone, this is Chris with StickerFab.com. Hope you're doing well today. Just getting back from a long weekend. Mother-in-law took the Bronco. They went up to Clearwater and had a good time. But they said a lot of people ranting, raving about this vehicle, and I almost got tired of how many times they were complimented on the new Ford Bronco. So if you have one already, congrats to you. You're probably going to get a lot of people talking about your vehicle as soon as you get it. This weekend, one of my affiliates that have partnered up with me said that a bunch of people wanted the hood overlay with a topographical map design to it. The good thing is, since I've already created this template that fits right there, I can pretty much mask off any design and put it in there. This one's going to be a little different install than this because it has to have transfer paper. There's going to be lines in it, contour lines, and you'll see the body paint through those lines. So it's going to be a neat design. We're going to shoot another install just so I can provide some more tips. I am going to rip this one off, and I don't know, you could check YouTube, see how long it's been on, but I can start it right there. I already got my nail in it. Let's see. So it's been on a little bit, but look how clean it is under there. Pretty easy to take off. Now I'm probably going to need both hands because the more I take off, the harder it gets. I'm going to go get a ladder too. I will get some microfibers and that waterless, well, not waterless wax and car wash, but waxless detailer. Clean this whole area off, even to the extent like a little bit around it, because we are going to be working with a large vinyl. So if it accidentally touches the hood, I don't want it to pick up anything. Let me go grab the tools, meet back in a few seconds. All right, first we're going to take a quick look at the product. There are a few reasons why this one is more expensive than the simpler design. One is it's a little bit harder for us to install the transfer paper on here, and the design requires a little bit more time weeding it all out. We're going to try this shipping method first, so that's what I'm going to show you. Rolled it tight around a tube with a little tape on the end. Just pull that off. Now what I'd recommend is that you kind of lay this out for a little while, put some heavy things on the end, stretch it out, but also find, flip it over, here's the design. So put something in all four corners, take your squeegee, and let's make sure that the transfer paper is pushed against it firmly. Sometimes it can come up in shipping. I'm going to get some wider paper so we can do this in just one piece. But right now I have one piece that goes right to about here, and then two more that kind of overlap. What we really want to do is make sure when we take the transfer paper off that the design is coming along with it, all these little designs. So you really want to push firmly on the lead edge of these little designs. I'm going to wet the entire back of this. I'm going to do a wet install. I don't really trust myself to just lay it down and then install it and have it be in the right place. So I depend on using a soapy water mixture so that I can slide it around a little bit. We're going to use like just a little dish soap, a few drops in one of our bottles that we also have on our website. Squeegee will come with it, bottle doesn't, because some people just put water in a bowl. But Gonna fill it all the way up. Gonna add just a little bit of dish soap, like 3 or 4 drops. I'm going to take this off. You can see it's coming up just a little bit. You want to make sure that it sticks to that backing paper properly. So you can do this too. Just fold it, then kind of spray so that it doesn't stick to anything. You don't have to do this inside, but I would recommend doing it somewhere that you don't have a lot of wind, because you don't want it to keep on trying to fold over on itself. I'm just kind of peeling it straight back. That's the technique I'm using. So it'll lift up properly. If I see an area where it's not coming with it, I'll just push down, try again. Maybe take my finger, try to encourage it to come up. And just be patient. Patient, making sure we're not getting any kinks. The reason why our affiliate wanted us to make this is because he had seen some other people charging upwards of $200, and they might be using different materials, they might be a smaller site, but time is money, so someone has invested some time to create these. I'm not saying ours is better, ours is worse. Push it in here, push it down, see if we can get this to come up. Keep your hands clean. Put some soapy water on them if you're going to actually touch the back of the vinyl. I've mentioned this in other videos. I have in the past kind of fast forward through these installs, like taking this up, but some people got frustrated with that, and it makes sense. I'm getting a more accurate portrayal of how this material is going to react by going slow and showing you everything that can happen. So that was the smallest circle, small hilltop right there. Not just cool designs, they do represent something. Comment below if you've ever been stuck in the woods in the middle of the night trying to land nav using one of these maps. So close, almost done. Actually have to add some water to this bottle. Be right back. Okay, so I continued to pull the old overlay off, standing on a little stool and, well, it's a small ladder, like a painter's ladder, a plastic thingy. Anyways, didn't leave any residue, that's awesome. Note it's about 84 degrees out right now in the afternoon in North Fort Myers. I am not doing this in direct sunlight. I don't like what it does to the vinyl when you're trying to do these big installs. It's going to make it really soft, make it really stretchy, really sticky. Plus if it doesn't drive the vinyl crazy, it'll probably drive you crazy, looking over your hood and just sweating like crazy. So, I'm not doing that. I am gonna put my Apple Watch in my pocket. I don't have my wedding ring on. I don't want to accidentally scratch the paint. So, got this entire area cleaned off, even the area kind of surrounding that. I'm gonna spray this down, being very liberal with it. Just because I don't want it to immediately stick in place. I'm probably not gonna get it at the right location initially, but I can fix that if the surface is wet. Now let me go get my vinyl, which I've had inside because I didn't want to come out here, mess around, have it stick to the hood, have the wind catch it. I wanted to be completely ready to lay it down. All right, so let me climb this ladder again. You might not be able to see it, or you won't be able to see it. Let me see if I can enter the frame. I have the whole thing draped straight over my arm. I'm trying not to put any bends in it, trying to keep it separated from itself. So the sticky part is up here. Because I took a few minutes to clean off the hood, I resprayed everything. I'm standing 1 foot on that stool, 1 foot on this bumper. And I'm gonna gently lay it down. Looks like it needs to go over to the left. So I'm gonna have to move this stool around. I have to get it in the right location. I'm gonna have mine going all the way to the back, so there won't be that line across the back like some of the pressed vehicles I've seen that have it. So there's no way I could do this if I had gone and done a dry install. Usually the people that do dry installs, they will kind of tape it off in the center Try to get it very even, and then just start working their squeegee away. I'm looking, being very gentle with the way I handle the material. Make sure I'm getting that full coverage. I'm gonna go a little bit past where it drops off, because I can just push that around and then you won't see that lip at all. You can see it bunched up. If your hood is wet, is hot, it's gonna start drying this material off, or drying it up. So keep that in mind. I mean, at any point in time, you might want to raise it up, give it a spritz. Trying to make sure it's not bunching up at the top here. Going back and forth, taking my time. We do sell second sets with that order at a reduced price, in case you're not very sure of yourself. See, so I had a little build up here. I just kind of lifted it, put it back down. Still need to go up a little on this side. I am questioning how many times I can do this, because with the temperature here, it can potentially dry up. Looking towards the center, it does look like I need to go up more. I've lifted it enough that I can see all the way in the center. Let's go ahead and lift up and spray. I can tell that it's getting a little stickier. I'm going to check the ends again. Now I'm going to get the ladder in the middle and check the middle and see how far off we are. So I'm only 5'8" on a good day. That's why I'm having to stand on the actual bumper. Try not to put too much weight. You'll find points in here where it can support a lot more weight. Points where it won't. So I've scooted it up a little bit. I can feel where the hood is, or ends. Let me pull it back a little. It's right there, and I can see the line of the material. Some of it's already trying to stick to the vehicle. Let's pull that back. So it's back far enough, but now I've got just a little bit more material on that side than this side. Trying to look at this hood line on the top. Make sure it's still hanging over the back just a little bit. It's about 1/4 of the inch hanging off the back on that side. About the same here. It's covering that. I'm gonna start in the middle now. That was the hardest part, definitely. If you have issues, or you think you're gonna have issues seeing through this type of transfer paper, go ahead and take a Sharpie, outline that edge right there, so you know the area you're working with. Fold it in half, make a mark down the center, and then find the center of your vehicle. So measure like in between the accessory ready points, and find that measurement right down the middle. Measure your hood, divide in two, see how many inches, and mark that. So you can line those up, and then the rest of it should work itself out. We'll start here in the middle. Kind of work my way out. I've taken just a mental note of the areas that I've gone over. Firm, but then still kind of gentle. You don't want anything to snag. Just want to keep all this pretty even. You'll start to see some of that water come out. Kind of visualize like water being trapped under here and pushing it outwards. As the vinyl lays down, it's going to shut off pathways for that water to go. But because it has that design in it, there is room for the air to water to travel. So that helps a little bit. Gently, well, let's press down firmly enough for it to stick to the vehicle here. Take a peek. If it doesn't want to stick to the hood, just keep on working it. Sometimes it might just be necessary to kind of let this dry out. Before you start tugging on it. We had to put down a lot of soapy water because we didn't want it to stick immediately. Taking my time. Working every section of vinyl. Encouraging some of this to come up. So I'm folding the paper back on itself and pulling back. There's a very small piece in the front. And pull off right there. It's hard for me to be patient because I know that I'm filming all this. I'm trying not to make this the longest video on YouTube. Yet I do want it to be informative. And accurate to what you guys will experience. And this is my first time installing this design. I'm going to go back and say definitely trace the design so you can see the outline clearly from the other side. think this is just drying off. Let me try to pull this off so you can see what I'm working with now. See, I'm folding it back on itself. And a lot of the times when you do this, the transfer paper will let go of the vinyl. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So this is what I'm left working with. I have one spot here where it's a little kinked. I'll use this. Get up behind it. Pull it out. Massage it. There we go. So matte black is, I'd say, the easiest color to work with out of the normal vinyls. Now you'll notice that the gloss black on our site is a little bit more expensive. The reason for that is that it's called Easy Apply. And Easy Apply has air egress channels. So those are little channels that allow air to pass, water to pass, whatever. So the bubbles aren't as easy to form with that material. So all those little bumps kind of found a place where I could massage it out. I didn't have to take it all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. Try not to dig in those little contour lines. Trying to make sure the squeegee and all the pressure is on a solid portion. Don't want to pull up one of those edges. Definitely has more of an explorer look to it. Cool. I do see quite a few bubbles here. I'm just going to pull it up. Again, it's not blazing hot out here, so that's something I can do. If it was blazing hot, I'd probably stretch you know what out of this material. These little creases right here. Pull it up a little bit. Just massage it with my finger. I think it'll be fine once a little heat comes into play. Massage it out. Got some bubbles over here. Take that corner up. Answer to that was yes. This corner that we worked before. Still some bubbles here. So some of the big takeaways from this install is trace the actual outline of the design so you can see it really well. Make sure you're not doing this on a very hot hood or in direct sunlight. Choose morning install, date or evening install, unless it's like freezing cold outside already for you. Do it inside climate controlled garage. Just realize that there are a lot of external factors that are going to affect how easy your install is, how difficult it may become. I'm going to start pushing down some of these areas. Oops. Bubbles over here. Once I'm satisfied with all the bubbles being down, the last part is making sure that back edge is wrapped around the hood. You can definitely go get some heat to lay that part down. You can probably pop the hood. Let's try that actually. Pop the hood and then I can roll the vinyl all the way around the backside. I am moving a little slow today. We had this little gym competition this weekend. I'm not getting any younger, let me tell you. Bring my ladder to one side. Roll that vinyl around the edge. Tucking it into any crease you can feel back there. The larger pieces I'm going to kind of start in the middle. And now I'm not sliding my hand back and forth like this. I'm going right into each portion, pushing down. When you slide it around, you're likely to bunch up the vinyl. Give it a second go. You can gently feel down there and make sure that it's adhering properly. Reach towards the middle now. Find somewhere I can reach inside for support. At my right hand, inside the engine bay. Reach as far as I can before I go to the other side. Bubbles you might see out. Like I said, if this doesn't stick really well for you around the backside, be prepared to hit it with just a little bit of heat. Or if it's not going to rain, unlikely for all this stuff to get dirty, wait, put it out in the sun the next day, and come back and do this process. This vehicle was ran through a car wash kind of recently. I recommend go ahead, do that. Go ahead and clean off the trail edge of the hood also before you install. Sometimes when you get the hood at different angles, you can see the air bubbles more. Put this hood down, clean up, and I'll show you what we're working with. All right, guys, there you have it. This install was a little bit difficult. Take notes of all the tips that I was trying to give you guys. Clean the whole hood, clean behind the hood, outline the area where the vinyl lays down, trace the center line so you can even it up right off the bat. Just take note of all that stuff. Feel free to reach out, message me before you try this install if you're unsure about anything, and I'll be sure to try to help you. Again, rough weekend with that little contest that we had at the gym, a little CrossFit contest, and yeah, kind of wincing in pain, and this is probably one of the harder installs to do physically, just because you have to reach so much. I am proud of the outcome. I like it. It's neat. It's more unique than the original, although the original, you know, serves its purpose. We can make tons of these designs now that we have the general outline. When I was cleaning it, it was right after I installed it, so it hasn't had time to dry, hasn't had time to heat up. Tomorrow, when the sun beats down on it, I will push every little edge down. Every little edge that I see, I'll push it down, make sure it's sticking really well. So take note of that. Let it dry before you really try to clean it up. I'm just trying to get this video done, trying to take some photos, get it on the website for you guys. But there you have it. That is our install of the topographic map design overlay for your 2021 up full-size Bronco. Should fit 2-door and 4-door models equally the same. Please continue to send your design ideas, comments, concerns, everything to me. I try to, well, I will look at every single one. If I didn't look at it, it's because I missed the notification. Just reach out to me again. I'll be sure to message you. You can even text me at 515-333-2700. I wake up in the middle of the night. I eat, sleep, breathe cars, so doesn't really matter. Send that message along anytime you want. Thank you guys so much for your support. Remember, we do have that new affiliate program. Look around the site, look around on Instagram if you want to know more about it. If you don't see the information, reach out to me again. I'll be sure to hook you up with that. Last week was our first week trying that out. We had a few people sign up, and they sent about $1,000 worth of business to us, and everyone got 5% back on that, and the customers got 5%. One person is already doing above and beyond some other people, so I raised them to the next tier. That's 5.5% back, and I hope to continue to grow the program. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so that you know the latest and greatest parts that we make and install for these vehicles. Thanks again.